Josh, a show that focuses on your personal financial journey and the markets around us. That's Dollars and Cents, Thursday afternoons at 4 here on WSIC.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC. The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty is recorded live with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Now, here's your host, Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, well, welcome to the Good, the Bad, and the Guilty. We are live in studio here at Purple Heart Homes. I was telling Joe, I'm like a fish out of water. This is my first time in this place. It is nice, just a different setup. I'm used to having my table here, my notes, my phone. You caught me logging into Facebook. Everybody should be in Facebook. Everybody needs to be sharing this, liking it, watching it, and asking us questions. We're here for your comments and questions. We appreciate that. Sheriff was, we had a third chair here. Sheriff was on his way, and he got spun around like a tornado inside of the hallway there. He had a meeting come in. Somebody, I heard he had just a few minutes with that. So here I am. And I caught you going out the door. And Todd's a good friend of mine. This is Deputy Todd Sides. He is with our civil division.
Yes, sir.
Very large division, lots of important things. I like to talk about his job because he is the executioner. So I will let him explain that a little bit later on here. But again, we welcome you guys. We appreciate you letting us be here at this nice facility. And we've had a lot going on. This is the time where the parades are happening. So we've got the Mooresville Parade next week. That's on Tuesday. We've got a Harmony Parade coming up the following Sunday. I think it's 2 weeks later. And then we have the back-to-back Troutman and Statesville parades. So a lot of times to get out and support your first responders. Speaking of the support for first responders, we know there's several churches. Calvary's going to do a nice thing for us next week. We've had the Purple Heart Homes here. We were able to provide some chicken plate dinners for the officers the other day, and that was paid for by our Sheriff's Family Auxiliary. So we appreciate the donations and the folks that help us do that. So, but let's find out why you're here, Todd. So we said we would have a good conversation. We'd talk about bass fishing.
Yes.
So I know you're a kayaker.
I am.
I'm a bass boater. So you don't like me a lot because I make some waves.
We still love you.
Okay.
You turn the water up for us.
That's
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
Muddier for
And
us.
Makes
it easier to catch fish.
Okay, that's how that works.
Yeah.
But you can go where we can't go, so you can get back there in those backwaters.
Yeah.
But we have a good time talking about fishing. But we're not here to talk about fishing today. We need to talk about business.
Yes,
get
sir.
into work. So tell us about the large civil division and what all you guys do over there.
So I came from an agency, a city agency, and coming here, learning the civil stuff was totally new to me. But been doing it for about 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. Got a good sergeant, got a good lieutenant. I work with one other.
You can call their names in case they're watching out here.
Sergeant Henderson, Lieutenant Hampton. Love working for him. Deputy Burns works with me in the executions division. We're the executioners, and then we have, I believe, we're supposed to have right around four or five road officers, and then we have two officers that are doing child support stuff and the like. So, but my job is I handle what's called writ of executions, tax warrants, drug tax warrants, state tax warrants, bond forfeitures, and like the writ of executions would be, say you owed money on a credit card and you didn't pay it, and they took a judgment out on you, and the courts ordered you had to pay it back, and you didn't pay it. They would send it to us, and we would go through our legal means as to how to recoup the money for the plaintiff.
So when you're saying it's a warrant, it's not a warrant for arrest or order for arrest.
No,
it's a warrant for. Is there an amount of money that's attached to that says collect this?
Yeah, so we'll have on the writ executions, it'll come in with the principal amount. Say, let's just round it off, $10,000. Say you owe $10,000. Then underneath that, we'll have court costs. We'll have interest already accrued, and then every day that the warrant or the writ is active, it accrues daily interest, usually at 8%. So then when somebody comes in to pay, we have to calculate that interest in there. Sometimes we have people make an offer for a lower settlement amount. We contact the plaintiff and say,
Right.
hey, are you willing to take this? Are you willing to take payments? And then we coordinate that stuff and between the plaintiff and the defendant.
So it's gone a long ways before it comes
Yes.
to the sheriff's office. It's already had. I'm just spitballing. Small claims court. There's been a time where they've mediated it. They've tried to
Yes.
come up with some type of
Yes.
agreement because I know. I mean, credit card agencies, they call you and call you and call you, and they're trying to get you to set up some payment plan. If it's come to the sheriff's office, these folks are really far behind or just have flat out refused to pay.
Usually they just refuse to pay or something's come up where they can't pay. The credit card company tries to work it out with them. They can't. They get served with the civil summons to come to court. I'll be honest with you, a lot of people blow that civil summons off and don't show up. And what people don't understand is if you don't show up, the courts will find in favor of the plaintiff because you failed to show up.
Yeah, exactly.
So show up. And then so they're served with the civil summons. They're served with the notice of exemptions after that. And then if nothing's done after that, then the writ of execution, it's called a post-judgment remedy because judgment's already been issued. Then it comes to us to do the collections.
What if the person, now this is just Iredell County. What if it's if they move to another county, or what if the business is here or the resident is here, that's why you seek the remedy in Iredell County.
So there's two different ways to look at it. For instance, we'll have writs come in from other counties because the person now lives here, or the property they're trying to secure for levy is in this county. So it's where the property is located, or the business is located, or the person's located. So a lot of times we'll have people will get writs in, and the person doesn't live here; they live in Union County. So we'll send the writ down to Union County because that's where the person lives, and they have no physical property here. So
then Union County would be serving the executions and then sending it through you, or would they go straight to the creditor?
No, they would work the writ just like it was a Union County writ, and then in the end, the money would be sent back to the Iredell County clerks for disbursement because the clerk handles all disbursement of the money.
Do you have to go to court?
No, I do not.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, I know I've got a lot of questions about this, and I've wanted to have you on the show before so we could talk about this purely for personal reasons. Because when I introduce you as the executioner, everybody wants to know what, and I get to explain a little bit, and this is making sense to me. So, when we come back, I know we've got a few seconds left. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about that. I know that we got a scam. Looks like an order for arrest that you were looking at earlier. I showed you, and that's went out on Facebook. So we want to make sure, or we'll go out on Facebook. So we want to make sure that folks know about that. We'll talk a little bit more about that. If we have any questions, I will check Facebook here. Oh, Missy Odalita says, hi, Matt and Todd. Thanks for all you do. So we've got one of our fans watching.
Thank you.
So, all right. And we'll see you guys back here in just a few minutes.
There's more of The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell on the way from 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, big time changes in the weather on the way over the next 24 hours. Still breezy, warm today, upper 60s, and keeping an eye out for a couple of scattered showers as our cold front pushes through this evening. And almost immediately, you'll start to feel the difference. Winds pick up, gusting around 30 miles per hour overnight and into Thursday. Temperatures crash into the 30s by Thursday morning. It's blustery, cold tomorrow. Mid-50s feel like the 40s with that wind, but our skies have a little more sunshine. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The app with Lake Norman deals. The WSIC app is out now, wherever you get your apps.
Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Buy tickets at southernChristmasShow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
The Southern Christmas Show.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway begins Friday. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. The show also has drive-in movies on the gigantic Speedway TV. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. The Stony Point Volunteer Fire Department will host a barbecue chicken fundraiser on Saturday from 1 p.m. until they're sold out. The event will be at Station 1, located at 501 Brewerton Park Road off Taylorsville Highway in Stony Point. The meal includes barbecue chicken, baked beans, slaw, roll, and dessert for $10 per plate and will be a drive-through event. The proceeds from the fundraiser will go towards projects for the fire department. For further information, call the Stony Point Volunteer Fire Department at 704-585-2519 and leave a message. Sunday Fun Day returns to Lost Worlds Brewing in Cornelius. U2 tribute band Rattle and Hum takes the stage at 4 p.m. for a free concert powered by Waves Entertainment. Grab your chairs, your dancing shoes, and your friends to enjoy cold brews and a fun outdoor concert by Rattle and Hum. We'll see you Sunday at Lost Worlds Brewing in Cornelius for Sunday Fun Day. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Don't miss it!
It's The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, well, welcome back here. We are live in the Purple Heart Home Studio with WSIC, The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty. My good friend and partner, compadre, fellow fisherman, Todd Sides is with us, deputy with the Civil Division. And we were just going out on break. We were talking about the one of the phone scams. And I'll let you look at that, and you can. I know you looked at it during the break, but you can kind of show the camera. That looks like a warrant. That looks like an order for arrest.
Well, outside of the scam written on it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, that was one of the things I wanted to make sure when Miss Jared did that up. I said put scam all over it so that nobody can copy it and put names, and the names are blurred out. But that's a real one. And you said even the judge's signature down there is from another county.
Yeah, that's a judge from another county.
Yeah. So these are this is a fake warrant. Trying to ask for money, trying to get the gift cards, those things. It's a grand jury summons. So we see these things. And when you looked at this, I know you had said that nobody's going to call you and ask for money unless they've already gotten receipts and statements and you've been contacted. And you guys, you're collections.
Yes.
So you may take money over the phone, but you're not going to arrest someone. It's not a fear tactic. There's already a judgment against them in that situation.
No, what we normally do is when we get a writ in or any kind of a tax warrant or writ or whatever, we'll actually take a copy of that writ. We'll take a copy of our what we call a demand letter. It'll have the information about the writ on there. It'll have a time frame at which you contact us back. It'll have my number or my partner's number on there. It'll also have the sheriff's department's number on there. And it simply says for you to contact us within a 2-week period so that we can work this out.
Mm-hmm.
We always tell people, we take payments in person at our Statesville office.
Mm-hmm.
And we tell them, hey, look, we take Visa or MasterCard, we take cash, we take cashier's checks and money orders.
And those cards have to have your name on it.
Yes, unless you're paying. If you're paying in person, you're bringing somebody with you to pay. That's fine.
Okay.
But we don't take gift cards. If anybody ever asks you for a gift card, no, it's a scam.
Right.
We do for people that can't get down here or they live further away, say they live on the other side of Mooresville or they live up in Love Valley, and they say, hey, well, can I pay over the phone? Yes, we'll have them call the sheriff's office number, speak to our clerk up front, and we usually try to tell them, if it's a writ execution on Matt Burleyson, Matt Burleyson needs to be paying with Matt Burleyson's card,
Right.
not somebody else's card. So that's kind of how we avoid fraud.
So if you get these phone calls or these emails or messages out of the blue, that's a scam. That's totally false. Don't pay anything to anyone over the phone, even if they say they're the sheriff's office, a sergeant. I mean, they could look online and use Deputy Sides' name from that division. Call back. Call our number, the non-emergency number. Ask to speak to whoever's there and confirm that. Knowledge and information is out there for you guys.
We get a lot of them for Lieutenant Hampton. He gets a lot of calls about those. So normally Lieutenant Hampton's not sending stuff out, especially for the executions and stuff like that.
Right.
So
now, one interesting thing that we talked about during the break is these tax warrants you said, and there's drug taxes.
yes.
So let's speak to all the drug dealers. The drug. If you owe taxes on your drugs, we will take your money.
Yes.
So
that's correct.
Or take your stuff if you haven't paid the money.
So
there's a tax on drugs.
So a lot of people think, oh, drug dealers out here they don't pay taxes. Well, if they're caught with drugs, I mean the state can tax you upon however much drugs you have.
Right.
And then they send those drug taxes to us, and then we treat it just like a writ execution. I mean, we start go after money, property, cars. The state tax guy was up here the other day. We went and seized a couple cars, and they're going to auction them off at the state. So
So each peel, each ounce, gram, whatever, has a tax amount attached to it.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. There's a schedule that's out there that says this is what you owe. So these guys know, again, they know they owe.
Yep.
Right. They were caught with this much dope. There's a price to pay for it.
They're informed in court.
Right.
They're going to owe taxes on this. So.
Wow. That's good. And so we go after them for that.
Yes, that's correct.
Outstanding. Okay. So another money collection thing, I guess, is the child support division.
Yes.
So we've got on our app, you can go in there and check some of the higher amounts of what some folks owe. The old saying was deadbeat dads, but there's deadbeat moms.
Yes.
So it's deadbeat parents.
That's correct.
And that's one of the things that the sheriff has got a whole division like your execution division. You've got a child support
and that's
division.
Deputy Privet and Deputy Call.
Right.
They go out and handle those, and they do an excellent job. And whenever they get their hands full and they need a hand, they'll call us. We'll go give them a hand.
Right. So. And it's kind of like the sex offender registry folks. I mean, they go to their work or to their home, and this is a collection, and if you owe $5,000 in back child support, that could be your bond. So now you're sitting in jail. Hopefully somebody's going to pay your fee for you, and you can get your money back from them. But again, they know, they've been to court, they've told. Okay.
It's not a surprise to anybody.
Right.
They want to act like it's a surprise sometimes, but it's definitely not a surprise.
Oh wow. And so the other section of the civil division, you've got you mentioned road officers. So those guys, they're not the road patrol, but they have different sections of the county.
That's correct.
And they're responsible for serving all the civil papers.
Yes, and
examples of some of those.
You have notice of hearings, magistrate summons, subpoenas, civil summonses. I mean, you have foreclosure papers. I mean, just everything, and they unsung heroes,
right?
You got Deputy Tellinger, Deputy Shoemaker, Deputy Cranford, and they all work a section, and they get a stack of papers, and they go out there and serve papers all day long. And when they get behind, if they need a hand, we'll go out there and help them. So
is that all there is?
Oh, we got evictions too. We do evictions.
Well, no, I'm talking about, you just named Shoemaker, Tellinger, Cranford.
Well, you took one of them from us to be an SRO, so we're filling that position.
Oh,
so
you sound like Major Hepler. So the civil division, they do work hard. They're a Monday through Friday kind of position, because they're looking for those folks that are out there in those positions. It's not like an all night thing. Or
now we do work. Now we take turns working the mid shift. So we're here late at night serving papers after hours at people. If you work during the day and you're not at home, and stop by and And
then you mentioned the eviction, so that's kind of a big I mean, I know that's important for these landlords and folks that have some of these deadbeat renters or whatever it may be, a reason. So you work with those folks as well, the landlords.
Yeah, so usually again, it's not a surprise to anybody, and normally it's these people are behind months and months and months on rent, and they go through the process of the court system, and they have their time frames, and then we go out there and serve the eviction, let the landlord change the locks, and they get a little bit of a period there where they can get their stuff out. So it's not like we're going out there and they don't know what's coming.
Right.
So
Right.
they have plenty of time to get stuff together. But yeah, we go out and talk to landlords, work with the maintenance guys, and keeps us busy.
Oh, I can imagine. So does that rotate around to different officers, or you said you do some evictions as well?
So no, so you have the majority of them obviously happen down toward Mooresville.
Right.
That's where the biggest population
Yeah,
is.
population.
A lot of apartment complexes and stuff like that. So, that's usually where if we have an eviction, if they need a hand with something, we'll go, because sometimes he may have 3 or 4 in the morning and they're all at the same time, or we try
I
to
hear them
stagger
like at 10 o'clock a lot of times. That's,
we
that's
usually
the
start
time.
around 9:30,
Okay.
and then go from there. But then let's say a deputy's out on vacation or out sick, and they have an eviction in their area, we'll go take care of it for them so that they can we can keep business rolling.
Now, do any of those area civil deputies help out with the executions? Would they go and because you guys, I mean, you've taken businesses and cars and other stuff before, right?
Yeah, we may ask them to be on the lookout for a vehicle for us, or see if somebody's at a house or something like that. But for the most part, it's without trying to sound conceited, the executions is a higher level civil process. So
But
have to have
you
a little
guys are
training
in the
it,
office on the phones a lot, and
talking to banks, talking to lawyers, looking for assets. I mean,
Right.
it's
so bankruptcies. You deal with those too, right? I mean, there's
so normally with the writ of execution, if you file bankruptcy, once they file bankruptcy and that file number comes in, the execution stops. We can't go forward with it until the bankruptcy is heard and done, and the judge makes a ruling on that. So
okay, all right. And again, you guys don't have to worry about going to court over that. That's between them and their creditors.
no, I don't have to step foot in court. Everything I do is post judgment.
Right.
So everything's done.
Well, I know that you've been to court quite a few times.
Yes.
At that other agency that you came from, and we're going to talk about that when we come back from a break. You did it all over there except for the school resource officer. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I
I still talk great.
I know you talk the great program,
wasn't
which is
necessarily-
we have that here. Our middle school officers are doing the gang resistance education and training program, so that's good. That's a good way of reaching young folks. That here it was kind of like it replaced our DARE program because DARE got so well. We won't talk about DARE, but the great programs work really good. It's a good way to.
I enjoyed it. It was like I said, we got to go to Orlando for a 2-week training, so that was a very good trip. And
mine was in Philadelphia, so you flew up there, but the sheriff's office had me drive, so I got to drive to Philadelphia.
I got to fly.
See that cracked bale up there.
That was the first time that I ever flew too, and it was not a pleasurable experience. But I'm over that now.
Yeah, exactly.
But at first, it was a little sketchy. So.
Wow. So that was when you were a young officer in Salisbury? Or?
I was back when I was it was probably back in 2004.
Okay.
Many moons ago.
When did you start law enforcement?
99, 2000.
Oh, that was me. 99 of 99. So, wow, okay. But I know you talked about being an investigator and some other stuff, and you're where you need to be and where you want to be right now. So,
Exactly.
So you're happy with that.
Love it.
Guys, we got just a few seconds left here, so I'd just like to say for you to, we might have a few questions. I'll look on Facebook and see what it has to say, and we'll see you guys after the break.
More of The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell is coming up on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, big time changes in the weather on the way over the next 24 hours. Still breezy, warm today, upper 60s, and keeping an eye out for a couple of scattered showers as our cold front pushes through this evening. And almost immediately, you'll start to feel the difference. Winds pick up, gusting around 30 miles per hour overnight and into Thursday. Temperatures crash into the 30s by Thursday morning. It's blustery, cold tomorrow. Mid-50s feel like the 40s with that wind, but our skies have a little more sunshine. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Find your holiday style at Nina's Boutique, located in the heart of downtown Cornelius. This women-owned boutique offers trendy, affordable fashions in sizes extra small to 2X, plus a beautiful collection of jewelry and accessories. Happy holidays from Nina's Boutique.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress? Just need a moment away? Repeat after me. Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageandWellness.com, with locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
Family, quality, value. With a legacy of excellence for over 40 years, Horn Heating and Air Conditioning will make your house feel like a home. Welcome home to the feeling of HornHVAC.com.
Inspire your team and gallop to greatness. Our horses at Willow Equine are outstanding at working with people on leadership and team building skills, perfect for corporate retreats. Visit willowequine.com as you gallop to greatness.
This is Brad with Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms in Mooresville. We have the best outdoor furniture available and the largest inventory around Lake Norman. Also, pool table, shuffleboard, and game room furniture. 847 Brawley School Road in Mooresville.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Target missed on earnings, and shares are tanking today, down more than 21% after the retailers saw gains last quarter that fell short of what analysts were expecting. And Target predicts a lackluster holiday season. Overall, stocks today down between 0.25% and 0.9%. This Thanksgiving, we'll be spending less for turkey, sweet potatoes, and pumpkin pie ingredients, but spending more for processed products like dinner rolls and cube stuffing. Cranberries are up 12%. That's the assessment from the American Farm Bureau that scouted prices. Its survey finds the classic feast for 10 will run you $58.08, which is down 5% from last year. Black Friday brings out the shoppers, but Brown Friday brings out the plumbers. Roto-Rooter says the day after Thanksgiving remains its busiest day of the year, with incoming calls up by 50% over an average Friday. I'm Nancy Lyons, Bloomberg Radio.
Call now to speak with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell at 844-STUDIO 4. The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
All right, welcome back to the Good, the Bad, and the Guilty. Live in studio here. Let me get back over to the mic. I was grabbing my phone because I asked for someone just to send us something, any questions, and we got spammed ourselves.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it says, I can help your social platforms by running SEOs, get more engagement with people. So that's not a question. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Exactly. And you see a lot of these posts. Somebody will post a hurt child or hurt animal or dog and say, share this post. But what people don't understand is they share the post and then they go back in and edit the post for their advertisement after all these people have shared it. So,
added it on there. Yep. And those things get shared, and then they're able to go back and see all those people and look. Yeah. Anyway. Well, we won't get all into that. That's
Topic for another
Yeah,
day.
that's SVU's topic.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so let's talk about your time in investigations. You said you did it all.
I did. I started out as a road officer,
Mhm.
and after a few years, went into the drug unit, worked drugs for, did some undercover stuff, did it for a couple years, ended up moving, transitioning into finding out that where I was at had a gang issue, and started our gang unit, and transitioned into working our murders and violent crimes and robberies and all that good stuff, and gangs. Worked that for a while, and then um, became the sergeant lieutenant over investigations. Was cross sworn with the SBI, and um, lieutenant on patrol. Did just about everything.
So that was the opportunity you had to do the GREAT program. How did you guys? Because we delivered our school resource officers that are in all of our schools. Sheriff's got them in all the elementary schools, middle schools, high schools. But those middle school officers deliver that program. It's 12 lessons. Typically, we'll run it over 2 or 3 weeks because it's done during their health and PE section or even their social studies section. Just good decision making, kind of goal setting, those type things. So, how did you implement that over there?
So, being in a city, we only had 3 schools. We had an elementary, middle, and high school.
Right.
Whereas the county has several. So
Yeah.
I did the 6th graders, and the middle school officer SRO did the 8th graders.
Okay.
And we actually did it. I think we did it once a week.
Yeah.
And did it for an extended
And
period of time.
that's the model that is best to go by because it allows you to create more opportunities for engagement once a week instead of cramming it all in 2 weeks like that. But having the school resource officer there all the time, I mean, that's like your instant first responder. They're able to go ahead and knock that class out, get it out of the way, get them a T-shirt, get them a.
We only had an SRO at the high school and the alternative school.
Okay.
So we didn't have one at the middle and elementary at the time, and it was kind of cool because getting to go in once a week, I was with the kids longer over a period of time, and plus you go in there and they'd want to tell you what they did all week long.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't like it was an overkill where they saw me every day. It was it was kind of, hey, look, we get to talk to officer sides.
Yeah.
And so it was.
And then they get to see you out in the community because you lived over there also.
I did.
And so getting to see you in the community and like, hey, that's he comes to my class and teaches and so now investigations, that's crime scene, all that other stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
We did. So I was over when I was a lieutenant. I was over all the general investigators, all the special investigators such as SVU type stuff. We did our ICAC with the child porn. We had our DSS investigators. We had our drug unit, our crime scene evidence. All that was under lieutenant over investigation. So
and here we've got. I mean, it's expanded exponentially,
because it's a larger area to take care of.
Exactly. I mean, our CSI has a captain and three there that do all the, and we have our own lab as well. And then you were talking about I know we got detectives that deal with the ICAC stuff, and as well as the DSS. So even I think the civil division works with DSS quite a bit. Doesn't prevent and.
Yeah, they do a lot. If they have somebody they're trying to get in, DSS will call them and say, hey, look, we've so and then of course they work a lot with the probation and parole folks too. Great bunch of folks there, easy to work with. So, but yeah, coming.
That's what I said. To talk about that, walking away from all that to be where you are now.
After 22 years, it was I made a change. It came up here, and I known Sheriff Campbell for a while, and Chief Deputy Hamby, I knew him we were on the homicide investigators board together for the association for many years, and knew him, and just I was living in Mooresville, so I made the transition up here, and I could not be any happier. I absolutely love working here, and for those out there that want to get in law enforcement, I will tell you, this is a great place to work. Worked several places, and it's.
Well, I know we're Facebook friends after you come up here, and you're one of our greatest advertisements. every time there's a position open, and I mean, you'll say it's a great place to work. Just call me and ask me. So that's good to do that. And there's a lot of extra benefits that we're able to bring in that you said you didn't get to see that anywhere else. I mean, the appreciation, the family auxiliary, the events that we put on, and you guys staying in the office a lot like I have to do, you get to see the community come in, and obviously some folks are having the worst day and they're walking in to report something that's horrible's went on. But more so than that, they're coming in just to say hello to the sheriff or thank us for what we do, or bringing some, cakes or brownies by. So that's awesome to be on that front line, because we put you in a lot of Facebook photos because you're there in uniform.
Well, it's just nice to be able, when you walk into the office, everybody's smiling, everybody's getting along.
Oh yeah.
Chief Deputy Hamby comes by our office every morning, says hey to us. I mean, it's I'll stop by your office, and it's just it really is more like a family than where I've been. So I enjoy it tremendously.
Right, and that's important. That's good to have that type of camaraderie and appreciation. So
The one thing that did kind of throw me for a loop when I got here was I didn't realize how long Iredell County was. So I was used to little city limits. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you're waiting for your backup 30, 40 minutes sometimes because you're at the very tip top of the county.
Yes.
So it's that was but being able to get out there and see the mountains and the countryside and the
that's amazing. You go, you see the lake on one end, and then you're at the mountains at the other end.
I told people, I said, I pulled a muscle on my arm that first week waving at everybody because everybody wanted to wave.
Yep,
and
they do.
Everybody here wants to give you a hug. They want to pray for you. It's just been great.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. And we appreciate what the sheriff has done to give it that type of image, because other agencies don't have that bond with the community.
That's
and
correct.
You don't see that. I know, coming from a police agency as well myself, to the sheriff. I mean, that's the one guy you're working for, and that when everybody likes that one guy, it makes it easier for us to do. Exactly.
Makes it easy.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, you better wave. Yeah. You better wave back, because he's going to get a phone call that deputy didn't wave. But we like that. We appreciate that. When I go to the schools and see the little kids, I always tell them to, we could be having a bad day too. Make sure you wave at us. We like to wave back.
And the county folks feed us well. Every time I turn around, we're getting invited to something. So
there's chickens barbecued on every corner. It seems like every church, everywhere. So
I've eaten more pound cake in the last 2.5 years than I've ever eaten in my life.
I had some sad pound cake the other day, but it made me happy.
I had the vanilla pound cake, so it was really good. So, and that's one good benefit about working in the office.
Yes,
the food comes
in.
You
do get all the first shot at the food. That's exactly right.
That is. So, we just did talk about the community. We just did the Halloween thing out at the office.
Yes.
I didn't get to go. I had some sickness that I had to deal with, but every year that's thousands and thousands of people that come through. It's
so
amazing.
I think we had the line from the front door of the sheriff's office all the way up past the courthouse, the jail, and then it turned and went down. It was that far. Yeah. So and they were coming from downtown Statesville and coming to us. So, well, we like that. We were happy to see everybody out there. The sheriff was there. He didn't have a costume this time, but there were several costumes, officers and deputies. And
I dressed up as a night before, but like I said, I had some sickness had to deal with, so I wasn't able to.
Spider-Man was jumping around on the barricade.
That was right, Spider-Man.
And we had the Rook made its debut there.
That's right. The new tactical equipment.
Yes. So that's really awesome that the commissioners were able to help us with that, and I mean that's going to be something that's
it save a lot of lives.
Exactly. And those 13 guys working about coming up to a second level area where they can deploy from or even rescue from.
Yep.
I mean that's a big deal. So that's an awesome piece of equipment. We appreciate. Hey, drug dealers, pay your taxes so we can buy more implements for our equipment. Exactly.
That's correct.
Guys, we'll be back in just a few seconds, and we'll be here for our final.
Don't go anywhere. We'll have more of the good, the bad, and the guilty coming up right after these messages on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, big time changes in the weather on the way over the next 24 hours. Still breezy, warm today, upper 60s, and Keeping an eye out for a couple of scattered showers as our cold front pushes through this evening. And almost immediately, you'll start to feel the difference. Winds pick up, gusting around 30 miles per hour overnight and into Thursday. Temperatures crash into the 30s by Thursday morning. It's blustery, cold tomorrow. Mid-50s feel like the 40s with that wind, but our skies have a little more sunshine. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts.
The Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Buy tickets at southernChristmasShow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Kraft Body Scan.
The Southern Christmas Show.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway begins Friday. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. The show also has drive-in movies on the gigantic Speedway TV. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. The Stony Point Volunteer Fire Department will host a barbecue chicken fundraiser on Saturday from 1 p.m. until they're sold out. The event will be at Station 1, located at 501 Ruritan Park Road off Taylorsville Highway in Stony Point. The meal includes barbecue chicken, baked beans, slaw, roll, and dessert for $10 per plate and will be a drive-through event. The proceeds from the fundraiser will go towards projects for the fire department. For further information, call the Stony Point Volunteer Fire Department at 704-585-2519 and leave a message. Sunday Fun Day returns to Lost Worlds Brewing in Cornelius. U2 tribute band Rattle and Hum takes the stage at 4 p.m. for a free concert powered by Waves Entertainment. Grab your chairs, your dancing shoes, and your friends to enjoy cold brews and a fun outdoor concert by Rattle and Hum. We'll see you Sunday at Lost Worlds Brewing in Cornelius for Sunday Fun Day. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Don't miss it!
Now more of the good, the bad, and the guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
All right, welcome back to our final segment here at the Good, the Bad, and the Guilty. Joe's been running around over there making sure we had all our cues and signals. This is our first time in the in this facility, as well as yours. This is the first time on the radio, right?
First time on this radio, yes.
Okay,
yes.
all right. So I appreciate you being here. I know
glad
that
to do
the
it.
sheriff does too, getting you in here. We were talking about this last segment and just what else we could look at and talk about and go over. I know the civil division, we could do a deep dive into quite a few things there, but it's a lot of tedious stuff. It's a lot of extra stuff. I think Joe just grabbed the mic over there. I don't know if his little wheels are turning and thinking about something else, but just the sheer amount of money. I know we started out talking about how much the sheriff's office takes in.
Mhm.
So we take the money in, but it's not ours.
No,
it's not our money.
So
We're collecting it and then it's going out.
Yeah, the clerk of court is the one that disperses the money. So any money we bring in on a writ, we send it to the clerk, and then they disperse the money back out to the plaintiffs. We're not actually, doing anything with the money other than sending it over to them. So
Right.
we might work, any given time, I might have 40 or 50 writs executions. I might have some tax warrants, and then 10 or 15 bond forfeitures. That's just me, because my partner and I, we split the county. He works the east side, I work the west side.
Okay.
From Love Valley all the way down to Mooresville, and he's all the way from Turkey Foot all the way down to Mooresville. So so
interesting.
We split it with 77. So
Okay.
yeah,
That
so-
works.
And we get everything. We get writs in for where somebody didn't pay somebody $100. I've seen it.
Oh wow.
Up to millions of dollars.
Right.
Where say a business is going out of business, or they borrowed money, and it's just millions of dollars, and you have to go in and touch and go with those negotiations sometimes.
Oh yeah, I know. I've heard before where there's been mechanics or shops where doors have been closed and toolboxes have been stopped, and there goes their work.
Yeah.
And
that's and again, it's an absolute last resort.
Right.
It's an absolute. There's always a way to work something out, and people, there's always a way to work it out.
Right.
And
Exactly.
like I said, if it goes to the point where we're seizing something, then everything under the sun has failed.
Every other opportunity to get that done has been done, and that's
correct.
And that's what I wanted to say. I mean, it's not like we're the repo man out there bullying and collecting, and I mean, it's just. I mean, now it's come to court. I mean, I guess you could say just like the child support. You know, if you pay your court order child support, well, if you pay your agreed upon child support, no big deal. You pay it, you pay it, you pay it. But then when you have to go to court because you didn't pay it, well, now the court's going to say, what you going to do? You need to pay it. And then eventually the court's going to say, all right, you're still not paying it. We're going to take it out of your wages. But when you don't have a job, then the sheriff's office, hey, this guy owes, or gal owes quite a bit.
I tell folks it's nothing personal; it's just business. And you have to understand also, when I'm working these writs, you know, I don't work for the plaintiff and I don't work for the defendant. I work for the sheriff's office, and my job there are laws that I have to follow and abide by. And the reason that our job is so intricate is the laws that we operate under. Some of them are from the 1800s. It goes back to Old English common law.
Oh, wow.
And so we
like
have
the constables and that type of stuff, and
so
Robin Hood, tax collectors.
and so you have these laws that say this is what we want you to do, but like laws today where they'll say, hey, this is what we want you to do and this is how you do it. They don't say that, and so it's there's a lot of gray, and you have to, you know, we Adam Dillard, our in-house attorney, we talk with him a lot,
right?
And converse and make sure that what we're doing is, you know, abiding by the law and looks good and
right,
justified,
right?
Because there is a lot of gray area and there's not a lot of case law, so
right.
It makes
we
it hard
don't want to
sometimes.
take anything or from someone that we're not supposed to. You know, that's why there's all these different channels and avenues as went through. Just like the evictions you mentioned, you know, I've heard landlords say, "Hey, it's on the side of the tenant, but you know, it's their favor because I've got to file this and do that and go through this." But again, it's giving those folks the opportunity to catch up on rent or fix whatever's need to be done, or you know, get the cat out of the house, whatever the reason is for the eviction. To go through, and they begin every opportunity, and I know there's like a 30-day wait and a 10-day and a 7-day. There's all these
all the different days.
Yeah,
it's not like it happens overnight. So
right.
And you know, and again, it costs the landlord money to do it. So it's not like they're doing it just for the fun of it.
Right, right. Yeah, they're doing it as a last resort when they have to. So, speaking of fun, what do you do for fun?
Well, yeah,
we were talking about the fishing.
So we were talking about fishing. I went to App State, so Appalachian, and so I'm all about Appalachian State football.
Okay.
And
how are they doing? I'm not a big.
We are not doing that great this year.
All right. But you look good doing it. That's all that matters.
That black and gold is pretty, and 3,333 feet up in the air, football field with the mountains around it.
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Well, Boone looks great. I was just up there last week. Last weekend. We had to go to Daniel Boone Inn. Got to have the
got the little lazy Susan in front of you.
Yes,
biscuits coming by.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
I'm a chicken and steak kind of guy. So
I'm with you on that.
They never stopped. They just keep bringing it.
Keep
you
bringing it.
Ask for it, they bring it.
And then you waddle out when you're done. And you get in your car and you sit back. And I ate too much.
And then I got to drive an hour and a half back home. So,
trying to stay away.
Yeah, we just drive up there to do that. So that was we try to support the local businesses. I know we went in the Mass General Store, and the young college students upstairs was like, "Where's all these people from?" And then one of them, the guy said, "Well, they know we're open back up."
Yeah,
you know, like Boone's open, guys. I mean, the Western North Carolina needs our support.
That's right.
And it was I got goosebumps talking about it. Seeing the Christmas trees coming back on the cars. I know that Sheriff Campbell's done quite a bit of stuff with sending the deputies out there. All the deputies from our agency just went and worked. The fire departments. I mean, you know, nothing can replace the manpower
and I think
that they need and the stuff that they need.
And I think I read something the other day where almost all or the majority of Christmas trees in America come from Western North Carolina.
And that's
a huge business.
Well, and that's what I wanted to say is just give a plug for those Western businesses. Go out there. I mean, you're not going to go to Chimney Rock now or Burnsville. Some of those folks are still recovering. But that whole Western North Carolina, go support those businesses. Go travel, tourism. They're open. I mean, they're on the map, and they want to see us. And but I love that Christmas tree thing. I mean, I don't know. I just Christmas trees are great, but those trees, they belong outside. I mean, listen, I grew up with the fake tree, and I know that's bad. I even tried the little sickles in it so that it feels like, but I just can't bring the live tree.
Have you hung a pine?
It's a scent sickle.
It's
a scent sickle.
Okay,
It's a little green stick, and it smells like evergreen. So I mean, you leave them in there for the next year, and then it makes the whole bag smell like it. So
I don't know if I go that route, but okay. I like being able to just set it up, put the lights on it, and do our thing. So,
that whole live tree thing. And it goes back to the Griswolds. What was it? Squirrel in the tree.
Squirrel in the tree. That's right.
Yep.
That's right. And when you cut the rope, the window busted out.
Yep.
So
it's all highly flammable. That tree stuff.
Just remember, if you go cut your Christmas tree, take a saw or axe with you, because he forgot. Forgot.
Yeah. Well, I think that a lot of the pick your own, cut your own trees, I think they probably provide you the saw. Or no, I'm sure they saw it for you.
That's not fun.
I mean, but you could lose limbs and fingers and whatever I'm not talking about tree limbs. I'm talking about like your limbs.
Yes. And then going back to what we do for fun, when you get done with those live Christmas trees, you can put them in the lake for fish habitat.
So just the other day, we were going through the Costco parking lot, and there was a boat, and it was full of trees.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife actually said, I thought you do the Christmas trees, the trees after Christmas. And I said, no, you just do Christmas trees after Christmas. You can do trees all year long. Exactly.
Right.
So this is not really a public service announcement to go throw all your trees into Lake Norman. But strategically done, it is a great opportunity for folks like us.
Good Christmas tree at the end of a pier is
no kidding.
Can make or break a good bass tournament.
Yep, absolutely. And if you sink it down a little bit lower and you let us know about it, that way other people don't know, but we know it's there. Sometimes we can find it accidentally. It's good to go now with the water down a little bit.
That is correct. So
water temperature is about 60. Low is it?
I haven't checked here recently. Be honest with you.
I was out there the other weekend. It was the low high 50s, low 60s.
When all the rain came through, it was kind of hard to get the kayak out there. So a little dangerous. So I kind of stayed home for a little bit.
Yeah, that was kind of rough, and there was still a lot of debris out there. And stuff around the lake. So.
Saw somebody posted online the other day where they pulled a big old timber floating just below the water, and they hit their prop on it.
Yep.
So.
Well, and I learned my lesson. It's been 4 years, I guess now. Lookout has a lot of debris.
Oh yeah,
and I spun a prop up there, and that was a little scary. But it was just that murky water, and it was underneath, and I knew when I hit it what I hit. So
yeah, you can't sometimes.
You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Well, my kayak I do sometimes. If I got my propellers on there and I'm in my pedal kayak, I might hit one, but I'm not going as fast as you are.
A few weeks ago, we were at Lake Norman, or I was out there Lake Norman, and there was a guy in a kayak with like a 3 horsepower motor on the back.
Yep. So one of the fishing tournaments that I fish in, the Queen City Kayak Bass Fishing Tournament Trail, has gone to motors. So they can do electric motors now. So and that's because there were some people who were older who couldn't pedal, couldn't paddle, got knee problems, got or disabled people trying to get in there to fish tournaments. It allows them to be able to get in there and fish tournaments.
Good.
So
that's good. Well,
been good.
Great. A lot of opportunities out there. Guys, again, if you are interested in law enforcement, give Deputy Sides here a call. Give Captain Matt a call. We can talk to you about what we have to offer at the Sheriff's Office. I think there might be one position in civil open.
There is. I don't know if it's still open or not. They're trying to. I didn't see it in the last.
So those harsh words he gave me was we had a position in civil and a position as a school resource officer, and we took from our bailiff team. As a matter of fact, we had a new member join the bailiff team, Caitlin Smith. Thank you for being part of our team. And we appreciate you guys being listeners and being in our favor. So see us here next week for the good, the bad, and the guilty.